Hi, everybody. I'm Butch Stearns. He's Kerry Byrne. This is Cold Hard Football Facts on Football Nation. I thought I was excited for the start of the football season. I think of all the people I know, you get more excited than anybody else.
Well, the Cold Hard Football Facts don't suffer the weakness of human emotion, but if we did, we'd be super excited. Our 9th year of bringing the heat, bringing the stats, bringing the data, bringing the Cold Hard Football Facts.
Everybody does Super Bowl predictions to start the year. You're doing them, but you do them by backing them up with numbers, right?
Yeah, everything we do backed up by the quality stats, so the foundation of what we do. And these are stats. What makes it a quality stat? It's a stat that has a direct correlation to winning football games. We chronicle that correlation every year, every week. And, this year our picks are out this week now on Cold Hard Football Facts. Also Sports Illustrated, we're part of their panel of experts. And I'll throw it out there right now, I like the Texans over the 49ers to win the Super Bowl this year.
Wow, the Texans and Niners in New Orleans. All right, let's back it up with some numbers. Why Houston?
Houston last year was a quality stats juggernaut. If you're good in our quality stats, you're a great team. They were number one across the board in what we call our quality stats power rankings. And what this is how well you do across the board in all our indicators. Number one, and not only that, winning in the NFL is all about playing well at quarterback and making life tough on opposing quarterbacks. The Texans, number 2 in defensive passing yards per attempt, number 2 in defensive pass rating, number 2 in real quarterback rating, loaded with young stud talent. This team could have another great year defensively. And if Matt Schaub stays healthy, which you hope, if you're a Texans fan, you hope you do, this team has all the pieces to be a Super Bowl champion.
Well, up until last year, they were always the team with the 3 studs. Arian Foster was the running back, the wide receiver, and Andre Johnson. They added in their draft, their top pick, another defensive guy.
Well, it's not just the defensive guy. Whitney Marcellus was their outside linebacker first-round pick this year, but they nailed their 2011 draft with Brooks Reed, J.J. Watt. They got loads of young, great defenders there, Connor Bowen, Brian Cushing. What happened is Wade Phillips came in as a defensive coordinator last year, totally remade this defense, redid it from top to bottom, and they sparkled last year. They were devastating. If they didn't enter the season, if they didn't enter the postseason with a rookie quarterback, I think they would have won the Super Bowl last year, and I'm doubling down on them this year.
All right, so not the Patriots, not the Steelers, not the Ravens or Broncos or anybody else. You got the Texans going from the AFC. You got the Niners going from the NFC. The numbers back this up.
I really like San Francisco. Last year, they were the best coach team in football, and the reason we know that, we have certain efficiency indicators we look at. We call it bendability. That's our defensive efficiency indicator. How hard you make opponents work for points. They were the best in football at that, okay? They were a highly efficient defense. Not only that, number 2 in scorability, the second most efficient team in football. What that tells us, they were great at situational football. They were a well-coached team. And we saw it coming last year, Butch. In week 4, they were 8.5, 9-point underdogs at Philadelphia. We picked them to win that game outright. They won the game outright. We could see the statistical outline of this team taking shape as early as week 4, and they went on to a 13-3 record, almost made the Super Bowl. And I think if all those weapons they put around Alex Smith pay off, Michael James, Randy Moss, Mario Manningham, if they all pay off, this team could be really good on offense and has a devastating defense.
They better have the 10 turnovers again that they had only last year.
Well, I can tell you something. I had the 49ers winning the Super Bowl, and then the last minute I changed it. One reason, Scott Kazmar, our captain comeback at Cold Hard Football Facts, did a great story this week about why the 49ers aren't going to. Me and him are at odds here. He says why the 49ers aren't going to repeat their 13-3 record. One, they only turned the ball over 10 times last year, tying an NFL single-season record. He says that won't happen again this year, and because that won't happen again, they're probably not going to win as many games, but we'll see. I think they're a well-coached team.
So the Texans and the Niners are coldhardfootballfacts.com pick for Super Bowl 47. I'm Butch Stearns. He's Kerry Byrne. This is Cold Hard Football Facts on Football Nation.